Welcome to part one of my design process tutorial. My name is Brad and I run Athletics, a content creation business for athletes and teams, and my design coaching platform. It is great to have you here today. So you're looking at a blank screen. Let's start the party. So this first one is very simple. I just want to take you through when I'm looking for images to use, standard Google images. There's lots of people who have different opinions about this, but this is just how I simply work. So I'm going to bring up Firefox and I'm just going to go straight to Google, and this is what I do. So we're going to look up a picture of Easy Days, LeBron James. Sweet, brings it up. First click, images. I want to see everything else. Now, these all look fantastic, but as you hover, you'll see just here the pixel ratio. And so it's important, different images, different numbers. So the trick, it's not really a trick, but what I do is click Tools, click Size, and go down to Larger Than. And this is where the real party is. So all these are your pixel sizes. So I understand that Instagram posts at what I believe is 1080 by 1080. I usually export it 1200 by 1200 at 150 dpi. So I'm looking for anything above 2 megapixels, so 1600 by 1200 or bigger. Now this will reduce your range of images, but it will ensure that you have enough pixels to work with. And we're going to take Mr. James, real simple, right click. I don't want to email the image. Anyone else do that? It's a bit frustrating. Save image as, very simple. We're going to save him to desktop. I'm going to title him LeBron for Tuts. Save, done. Cool. I get out of that. I'm going to go into Photoshop. And so I want to take you through a few masking techniques. And I'm going to simply just bring up my desktop in here and drag LeBron over the icon, and it'll just slot it in nice and simple. Now, you might not understand pixels, so we're going to do something pretty exciting. I am going to break down this deal to right here. Now you can see that is 1 pixel right there. And so when we bring it right back out for the size of this image, you have 3,600 pixels. So 3,600 pixels from left to right, and then 2,400 top to bottom. And the resolution is 300. So pixels per inch. So that's really important for when you're printing. For digital, it has to be above 72 pixels per inch. It's a different deal between print and digital. So the more of these, you'll see here, I'm zoomed in at 3,200%. These are the pixels. The more of these we have, the better. Now, for when I mask, very simple. There are 2 trains of thought. You can quick select, which will select different colors. You change tolerance, and there's a whole bunch of settings you can look into to change all that kind of stuff. Point samples, 3x3 average, all this kind of deals. Real quick, the tolerance means that it'll grab less or be more specific about the colors that you pick. And it will remember the colors that you pick, so you'll have to do a bit more. Now, I don't do that. That's not what I do. I come down to the pen tool, so I just quick select P. There's freeform and whatnot. Because I have a Wacom, I bring it right in. Insurance Pro, grab my pen, and I simply spend time clicking through. And that's what I do in creating little handles to make sure that we get... I try to make sure that this... And this is what's important. See this blurry line? So when we bring it out, it doesn't look it. But when we're working with digital manipulation, working with clean lines helps, because the blurry line is not a camera thing. It's simply the colors at that ratio. Look, I'm already at 600%, so normal, it doesn't fine, but for us to get clean lines, it's got to go from dark to his skin tone, and so pixels will change gradually at that deal. We're at 1600% zoom, so you print this out, you're not going to see it, but that's what I do. And then we quickly will come through. I'm not going to do it. Once I'm done, I click selection at the top. Now it gives me a feather radius, so if I want to soften the edge, I can up that to how many pixels it wants to soften. It's up to you. Set it 0. It's going to give me a quick selection, and I'm going to go down to here and click mask. And that is pointless, but that's essentially what I do to bring out my player. Disable layer mask so we can see it. And then simply what I'll do is in the editing process, I'll duplicate the file, and then I'll apply a layer mask to the deal so that I only have that. I don't have to worry about the mask, but I want to keep that just in case I screw it up or something like that. So that is my image selection process and my masking process. I hope you've learned something. Hopefully it's been helpful, and hopefully you can catch the next tutorial.